What's up, Naperville? I'm Chris Grano with Keller Williams and the Graham Real Estate Group, and this is your weekly market update, where I answer the number one question I'm asked every single day, and that's, how's the market? Well, I'm joining you after a short hiatus. I am back here inside the brand new studio so that I can bring you the podcast not only in audio form on all of the great podcast platforms that we're available on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or any other platform. But now you can catch the show on video on YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Chris Grano. You can check it out there. I'm going to be expanding the YouTube channel greatly over the next few months, in addition to adding other market updates from the Chicagoland area. A lot of you have said to me, Chris, I know that you sell and buy and help people in all of the Chicagoland suburbs. Have you thought about adding some other markets? And so the answer is yes, I've heard that from you, and I'm going to act on that. In the next few months, you'll see new market updates for other areas. In addition, there'll be more content there available on YouTube for you to check out, whether it be home buyer tips, home seller tips, and things like that. So for today, let's get into the market update for Naperville. Today is September 24th. And let's take a look at this last week here in Naperville, where we had 107 new listings come to market. This number is down a little bit from the trend we've seen over the summer months. 98 homes under contract. That number is also down just slightly. 80 homes closed in the last week. And remember, when we look at closed homes, that's indicative of properties that went under contract about anywhere from 30 to 60 days ago. So the story of the summer, the story of the year really, is how the COVID pandemic has affected real estate. And it's done it in two major ways nationwide, but especially here in our Chicagoland market where we see it every day. And that's interest rates are at historic lows, which has emboldened buyers. It's incredibly increased their purchasing power. I just heard a stat recently from one of my mortgage partners that if you were to buy a home in January and you were looking at a $300,000 home, today you can get, for the same monthly payment, a home roughly around $365,000. So purchasing power has increased by 20 to 25%, depending on what price bracket you're in, from January to today, just 9 months later. The other story is the incredibly low inventory, and that's due to a number of factors, but mainly with people, some trepidation, some fear to put their home on the market, given maybe there's health concerns with COVID, maybe there's job instability with COVID, maybe they're just not sure what's going to happen. Well, the good news is for those who have put their home on the market is that it's been an incredible year for home sales. And as a matter of fact, when we look at August, and this is a Chicagoland-wide number, but in August of this year, we had only 72% of the inventory that we had in August of last year. But we had 129% of the home sales that we had in August of last year. So that's an incredible gap, an incredible jump from year to year, which has, again, outlined this story of really a frenzy in the buying market. And again, good news for those who are selling, as homes are selling faster and for more money than ever. And buyers have these great interest rates to take advantage of. So let's take a look at the interest rates since we talked about those. Right now, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage on average is sitting in right about 3%, just a smidge over 3%. With points and depending on your credit and down payment, you might still be able to get it. You could probably definitely get still a rate under 3% in the twos. The 15-year fixed rate mortgage is sitting right at 2.67. So here's the thing. If you haven't refinanced yet, if you have a loan from a few years ago and you're at 4%, 4.5%, gosh, maybe even 5% interest, now's the time to refinance and really look at that 15-year loan. Because with the huge gap, I mean, if you're saving maybe upwards of 2.5 percentage points on that interest rate, now is the time to look at a 15-year mortgage, cut your interest rate, and maybe even still cut your payment. Going from a 30 to a 15 usually increases your payment when you're talking about the same time period. But if you're going from a high rate to now a very low rate on this 15-year fixed, I would definitely take a look at that. Let's take a look at sales in Naperville in the different price brackets. So in the price bracket below $500,000, we have a month's supply of inventory. Okay, this is our inventory levels of 2.12. Incredibly low, some of the lowest inventory levels we've seen all year in this price range in Naperville. Homes in this price range are taking only 39 days on average to sell. It's an unbelievably low number. That number's down 30-40% from only a month and a half ago. So it's unbelievable how quickly homes are selling in that price range. In the price bracket between $500,000 and $1 million, also incredibly low inventory, even lower again. We continue to go throughout the year and it still hasn't bottomed out yet. 3.5 months supply of inventory in that range. So both under 500,000 and 500 to $1 million still in a strong seller's market. Of course, as you creep up in that 500 to 1 million bracket, it's going to start trending more towards a balanced or a buyer's market, which is typical because there's less people who can afford a home in that price range. In that price range, taking on average 130 days or about 4 months to sell a home. And we look at the price bracket above 1 million in Naperville, we're at 9.88 months supply of inventory. This is largely unchanged over the last couple of months, but still incredibly down from earlier in the year when we were looking at almost 2 years of inventory. So still only 9 months of inventory. It's a buyer's market, but not nearly as strong of a buyer's market as it was earlier in the year in that $1 million price range. And the days on market are even lower now. The average home in the last month in that price range took only 4 months to sell. So once again, if you have any more questions about the Naperville market, get a hold of me online at Chris Grano Realtor. That's on Facebook or Instagram. Also, again, remember to check me out on YouTube at youtube.com/Chris Grano. You can find me on doing reports on other neighborhoods, other areas in the Chicagoland area, and more content. So stay tuned. There's more to come. Hope you guys have a great first week of fall, and I'll catch you.